We shot The Silence in the Library in 2008. Ooh. It's been a really long time, and it's so lovely to revisit and go on from the final moments of the end of that storyline. Because obviously, playing River, I've been playing her in between where she first meets the Doctor and where she ends up at the library, because we know what happens. I have always wondered, well, she's saved. They're all saved. And so how does that play out? How do they live their lives in this sort of alternate world? And I'm really thrilled that Barnaby, the writer of this episode, has explored that.
It was a very weird phone call out of the blue. I didn't think that, this was going to happen. And for a while, I didn't quite know what was going on when I was asked. I was like, what do you mean? But then I thought how funny and how cool and was very up for it, And it's just sort of quite interesting and very in keeping with the whole sort of Doctor Who vibe of parallel universes and split worlds and, sliding doors. So it all sort of made sense in that funky Doctor Who way.
So I think fans of Doctor Who and of the audio stories will be particularly delighted, at least I hope, that they will be reconnected with some of the characters from The Silence in the Library. So we have, obviously, myself, we have Proper Dave, Anita, there's Dr. Moon mentioned, we have Charlotte, and even, I thought this was a very clever little twist, which is that Anita's dog in the story is called Oti, and the actor Oti Fagbenley played Other Dave in the show, so he's even been added into the show, albeit as a big woolly dog. But it's nice. It's nice to go back to that time way back when.
Yeah, no, it wasn't hard getting back into the character. I think time has elapsed, so it's not me when I was 28 or whatever, it's me now. It's a sort of parallel universe where Proper Dave and River Song have got married and they've got a daughter called Charlotte, but you expect doesn't quite happen. It sort of takes a twist, which is brilliant, and hopefully you'll hear it.
So I'm playing a character called Alan, who is sadly terminally ill. He thinks that the Doctor killed his parents, and he is doing his very best to try and get revenge for the murder of his parents. So the tone of the script is very kind of dichotomous. There are two sides to it. Mal is actually a kind of avatar or alter ego of Alan, so he's a kind of manifestation of Alan's anguish. So it's actually quite nice to be playing Alan, who is this very ill character who's not able to express himself as much as he'd like to, and then he has this avatar Mal who kind of does everything that he wishes he could do. So it's just quite it's a really nice part to play.
There is, I think, an opportunity to have another sort of very interesting spin-off potentially from this storyline episode. That's what I'm going to say.